Hello and welcome to First Step Chef. Now today we're making taco soup. I can't really say it's really taco or soup, but I think you're really going to like it. It's easy to make, to put together, and it stores really well. So please enjoy. Now for this recipe, I used a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, a 15.5-ounce can of black beans, 15.25 ounce of corn, 1 sweet onion, 1 packet of taco mix, and I used a little over a pound of ground beef. Just a quick heads up, short warning, before you start touching or handling any of your food, you want to wash your hands. Okay, so our starting point here, we're going to start with the onion. Now, I usually start with just half of it face down on the cutting board. That's how I find it to be easiest. And I like to cut it in these kind of flat arches that make it really easy to stack up one against another and just slice right through them, and then it comes right out into smaller pieces very easily. Don't be afraid to pull apart some of the larger pieces of the onion with your fingers. You want to make sure you have strips that are suitable for what you would want in your soup. Now, just a quick warning here, anytime you touch raw meat with your hands, it's perfectly safe, but you just want to make sure that you wash your hands right after without touching anything else. You don't want to spread any of the material from the raw meat to any of your other food that isn't cooked as long, or to any other items. And now with our pan set to medium-high, you can go ahead and take out your ground beef out of the package and put it on into the pan. And you're going to want to break it up into chunks so it'll cook easily and quickly. As it starts to heat up, go ahead and stir up the beef and break it into even smaller chunks. You don't want meatballs appearing in your soup. You want it to be in as small chunks as possible. This will make sure also that it cooks all the way through. You don't want any red by the time you're finished here. Cooking the beef will take about 10 minutes on the stovetop. You shouldn't find any pink left after you're finished. Now, once you're done cooking the ground beef, you have to drain the fat out of the pan. Now, a lot of people will just pour it into the sink, and I want to tell you that's a bad idea. No. It will harden. It can harden on the inside of the pipes and clog up your drains. So what I usually do is I pour the fat into a bowl, and then once it solidifies, I can just throw it in the trash. I do that by using the lid to hold the beef in while it pours out of the pan. So go ahead and set aside the beef, and now you're going to want to get a larger pot to stir in all of the ingredients for your soup. So go ahead and add the onions, make sure the pot is hot on medium-high, and it takes about 4 minutes to cook them enough. Once that's done, you can go ahead and add back in the ground beef, and we can start mixing in all of the ingredients. All right, so we're ready to add in the rest of our ingredients. So you can go ahead and put in your can of diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, black beans, corn kernels, and lastly, the taco seasoning mix. Make sure you mix it up well enough so that it's all equally distributed. So now with all our ingredients in the pot, you just want to stir it up and make sure it's nice and mixed well. And then it's still on the hottest setting. You're going to see it bubble pretty quickly. And then once you see it bubble up, you want to lower the stove top to the lowest setting and cover the pan. You're going to cook it like that. It's going to simmer for about 10 minutes. And once your timer is up, the soup is ready to go, and you can go ahead and eat it. I like to add a little shredded cheese to mine on the top. So if you give this meal a try, please let me know how it turns out, if you really like it, if it needs a little extra something. If you add anything that makes it a little bit different, please, I'd love to hear about that too. So I appreciate you checking out my video, and I hope it serves you well.